Okay, so I'm sorry to the air signs, but I had to come in and do the Capricorn reading this morning, like, and see where the energy, cause like Capricorn been on my mind, and so yeah, coming in to do this, reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising Capricorns. Also, if you have your Venus there, if you have your fourth house or your seventh house, which your fourth house is your home and family life, and your seventh house is your actual love situation, your love life plant, your love life house. So, also, if you have Mars, which is me, in your chart and it's in Capricorn, then you can check these videos when it pertains to Capricorn energy. The Mars energy just explains, how your action towards things in life, how you exert yourself in certain situations. So here to do this reading for Capricorn. I'm sorry, Libra and Aquarius. I'm gonna come back to y'all after I finish this video. I just really had to do this video and see what's going on with this situation. So let's see what's going on with the Capricorn energy. Sun, Moon, Rising, all those other planets that I checked, but especially Sun, Moon, and Rising. So yeah, let's see what's going on for Capricorns for August 2018. What's going on for people? Oh, let me move this. Sorry, y'all, I'm not bringing y'all quality right now. I'm still trying to. I'm finna invest in certain things, you know. But yeah, let's get into these cards, Capricorn. So first off, at one period of time, in an emotional sense, there may have been something that you was missing. Now coming into the month of August, I feel like you put those cups down. Whatever expectations on the emotional level that you may have been holding on to, I feel like you're no longer holding on to them with the Four of Cups being in reverse. The challenge for you, though, is the Seven of Cups. So I feel like, there's still a little bit of confusion around your emotions. Still some confusion around your emotions. Because in your foundation, you have the Six of Wands. And so it's like, even though on the emotional level, there still may be some confusion, you kind of put the cups down. You kind of like, feeling like, okay, I'm not missing out on that situation. Whatever the situation was could have something to do with the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. It's like right now, your foundation, in your mind, you could be thinking, okay, well, I want to move forward. And you could be wanting to move forward with the air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini individual. And so you like, how do I move forward? How do I get in this boat and row it in a different direction from the emotional feelings I was maybe feeling about this Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy? Now, in the past, you got a lot of heavy Scorpio energy, so it could be like a heavy Scorpio energy that you're dealing with, because I do see the Tower card in your recent past as far as 6 months, as far as a year. It could be since the sign of Scorpio of last year. There was a big disturbance in your life, and I feel like you kind of seen it coming, but when it came, it probably wasn't a shock, but it really like destabilized you in some type of way, probably on an emotional level. But now it's like, from this recent past event, it's like, with the Four of Wands being in reverse, it's like, you may be feeling like your stability may be a little bit hindered at this time. That certain things, when it comes down to family situations, it may not be stable. I do see maybe it may take into the Scorpio season of this year. There may have been some things that's transpired in Scorpio season last year, but now when we get to Scorpio season this year, you're going to put to rest to some situations. There may be some transformation that you need to go through, And so you looking at your life and your situation in a new light. You have the Ace of Cups here, so it's like, you see the new beginnings that you want. maybe you going towards a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or you just, seeing that there's a new horizon around you and that you can have new things. Everybody else are externally to you is kind of looking like, or looking at, feeling that you may be wanting something or someone that's kind of like stuck behind a wall with somebody else or something else. They're like in their mind are just creating a prison for themselves, and it's like it's so far off, what's going on. So it's like the pentacles or the situation could be right there in your face, but you feel like you can't touch it because it's so far off at a phase. Like you just feel like you never can get to it. Now what you hoping to do is maybe, hopefully by the sign of Sagittarius, get some balance within your life with your heart and your mind. Your heart and your mind center. You want to get this beautiful balance going on. And maybe there could be a Sagittarius that's involved in the situation, especially if you on the cusp of Sag and Capricorn. The outcome is really you kind of like looking at your future, but planted very solid and still holding on to your past situation. So I just see like thoughts and emotions. You still a little bit emotionally stuck on something, but it's like on a mental level you're ready to move past that. Things happen, and because of that, like the actions that you want to take, they may be a little delayed. It may be unstable for you to make certain actions right now, but I do see that there will be like a death to something. You putting an end to something in your near future. Practically you might not see how you can bridge the gap in certain situations, and so right now it's just like with your actions you kind of just like stuck between the past and the future. You're not really making no moves. The overall energy is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles being in reverse, it's like wanting to, in this deck, wanting to work on something or being focused on someone, trying to, build some things with someone, and that's what you're doing right now. So it's like, you could be focused on wanting to build something with someone and trying to come together in some things, but you may still be stuck in the past, or this person may kind of still be stuck in the past on things they were the way they were in the past. You know what I'm saying? So with this Four of Cups in reverse, it's just like, you still standing strong practically as the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like you're still willing to be nurturing. You're still financially stable. But like, and it's because like, if you were on the emotional level, kind of like yearning, wanting something, or saw that someone was trying to offer you something, but it really wasn't enough because maybe you felt like something was missing. It's like practically you're still feeling like, okay, you may be coming out of that sense of, well, something is missing from this situation and getting over it, or maybe just, wanting to let it go altogether. But the challenge is you're still a little bit confused. And with that confusion, you can't start a new beginning, and it's going to involve an Aries. So it's like you may still be confused about something on an emotional level when it has something to do with the new beginning. And so therefore you may not be willing to like just take that leap of faith. It's like you're almost there, you're almost ready, but you haven't quite made the decision to do it yet. And so with your foundation, we're really trying to mentally move on in some type of way, go from a rocky situation in your mind to a more stable situation. I feel like there's a lack of passion kind of like for doing it, It's like, even if you're in a situation with someone and you have a child, like, you feel like if you move forward in that situation, you may not be able to carry on the child or whatever the situation is, but there's just a lack of passion in something. And then in the past, with all these events that happened, I feel like even though it was a shocking event that happened, it kind of freed your mind up, freed the space up in your mind for the anxiety that was going on around it. So maybe some things need to crash and burn because you really spent a lot of time staying up at night, a lot of anxiety, being paranoid, thinking people was out to get you, whatever the case was. It's just like, some things had to take place, some things had to fall apart for you to actually be able to free your mind and your that space in your mind and have the energy to look at things and see the brighter side of situations. Yeah, you thinking that your situation is a little bit unstable right now, but I feel like with the Five of Swords being in reverse, there's no more feeling defeat. Whatever did happen, it's like whoever, especially if it was an air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, whoever it was that was causing all these defeat for you, feeling like they was one upping you, I feel like they have walked off the scene. They have dropped their sword and they're just like, okay, well, I'm done doing whatever it was or doing whatever it is that they was doing to you. So a beautiful transformation can happen, and it may not like finish fully, develop into the sign of Scorpio, because I feel like there's still a little bit of you still kind of emotionally holding on to some cups in a situation where you need to let them go. And it's just like, with time that'll happen, so that transformation might take into Scorpio season of this year, which is the end of October going into November. So it's like, you still may have a little more time to release your emotions when it comes down to a situation, but you will eventually get there, and you will eventually be able to, have that transformation that you need to have, and have this Ace of Cups situation. It's just like, just be careful to not feel like very entitled or very arrogant in a situation, because you feel like there is new love around. There is a new love situation that you're going to walk into, but you haven't quite got there, or this is somebody around you. Don't be so arrogant or just so full of yourself that you self-sabotage, because the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. Like, you haven't all the way got there where you want to be, and this is externally to you. It might look to other people that you may be dropping the ball a little bit with the Two of Pentacles being in reverse, and it might look like to other people that you may not be financially where you need to be, but that's not nobody business if you are not. What you hoping for is to get balance, and there could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person around you, particularly a Leo, that might not have your best interest at heart. This person comes up as a snake. The King of Wands is a very charming individual, but in reverse, this person don't really have your best interest at heart. They just want to get whatever they can get from you, and they're going to tell you whatever you want to hear to achieve those things. So make sure you're not dealing with someone that just really out for themselves and want to get whatever they can get from you, because at the end of the day, you're going to be upset about it. So if you are holding on to two people, just come on out with it. I feel like near Virgo season, there may be some coming out in the open about some things, or someone, just really getting enlightenment about a certain things, or this is you, and just really coming out and saying something about it, But whatever needs to be released and whatever needs to come out into the open, just let it come out into the open. I do see heavy Scorpio energy here. I see Aries energy here. I see Sagittarius energy here, and I see Virgo energy here. So any of these people that you're dealing with, make sure that what they say that they going to do for you, or how they going to be in your life, they mean it. Because this person could be like, or you could be hyping someone up when really you don't really have their best interest at heart, or you ain't really as passionate as you say that you are about this person, Don't try to pull the wool over somebody's eye, because I feel like either way it goes in Virgo season, whatever it is that's been hidden, it's going to come out full-fledged. So if your heart and your mind is not in the same place, you need to work on that, because it looks like, you still kind of holding on to some things on the emotional level from your past, and you haven't quite walked away from them. And so you can't start a new beginning if you aren't willing to let go of the past. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, and you walking around arrogant because you see that you got this new love and things may be coming around for you. Don't get too cocky too quick, because Mercury is really going to expose a lot of things going on in a situation when it's surrounding other people's hearts, other people's, situations. Just like the truth is going to be really out there for everyone to see. Now, when it comes to love, religious factors could be an issue in the situation. Like, your love life is being heavily, influenced by a situation when it comes down to your religious factors, how you relate to someone, on a practical manner, in an age manner, you know, status quo, whatever it is. Like, you're being heavily influenced by this, whether you want to or not. And you need to, like, think about these things, you know, during this Mercury retrograde and how they apply to you, because you're very much being heavily influenced by these things. I do feel like you have chemistry for someone, you know, and there's a strong and magnetic attraction to someone, but you may be very different from this person. This person may be very different from you, whatever the case is, you know. I just feel like children also could heavily be a factor in this situation. Like I was saying before, like if you want to go somewhere else and be with someone else, but you got kids with someone that you're dealing with, you know, you may be like trying to stick it out and pretend, or, you know, just deal with somebody because you got a child or you have children with them. And I always like to say that children are not the reason why you should stay in a relationship, because you don't think those kids are going to see that you unhappy in a situation. You can only play happy for so long. So it's like, regardless, like if you're not really happy in a situation and you want to leave a situation, it's best that you do that. Like, you know, if you got a co-parent with someone, do that. Like, but don't try to have so much control over a situation that you just decide to stay in an unhappy situation because you don't want to depart from your children. Last but not least, there are some reconciliations that I feel like are going to come to the forefront in situations. So, like, if you are holding on to somebody from your past, maybe y'all might decide to fix things and get back together and live happily ever after. But it's like, if you planning on moving forward in a situation, you got to get your heart and your mind in the same place, because you can't really truly have that happiness and that balance if you're not making the best decisions for your heart and your mind. Like, if your heart and your mind is not on the same page, how do you even expect to get what it is that you want out of happiness and out of love? You know what I'm saying? So don't trick yourself into believing that, oh yeah, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do this situation and have it for the best, when it may not be for your best, you know? It really may not. So don't fool yourself. And don't fool nobody else into thinking that, oh yeah, you the one, when they might not be the one. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because it's not fair to them. I'm sorry, y'all, I got disconnected because phone calls. So, like I was saying, like, you know, don't trick yourself. Don't trick somebody else into believing that they the one if they not really the one. Because it's not fair to that person. And it's not fair to yourself. Like, your happiness at the end of the day is the most important. Cards popping out. I feel like there is an attachment to somebody. But the mask may be getting ready to come out. Somebody might be seeing the change. So if you are trying to fool someone into thinking that, you know, you're there for them, whatever the case may be, it might not be true. I feel like with the caring connections being in reverse, it's like you're dealing with an attachment to a connection where there may not really be caring there. It may just be that you fooling someone. And both of these cards are 5 cards. This caring connection is a 14 card, which 4 plus 1 equals 5. It's all about change. And the fact that you need to change, but you may not be changing. You may be just trying to fool someone into making them believe, for whatever reasons, that you want to be in their life when maybe you don't want to be in their life. There's a lack of appreciation in a situation, whether, you know, Spirit is trying to tell you that I don't know why everybody want to call me when I get to doing videos. So like I said, with the appreciation, like Spirit may be trying to tell you that you need to appreciate the things that they're putting in your life, the things around you, and there's a lack of it, you know, and so you need to get that in order. And I feel like the temple path is like you're not being guided by Spirit. You're not going to Spirit for your guidance. I feel like you're trying to figure everything out on your own, when Spirit may be telling you, no, my child, you need to like focus and lean in on me to get what it is that you want. The balance, especially, you know, you want that balance. And the gifts that I'm trying to give you, or the gifts that I am giving you, you're not appreciating it, and so therefore you taking it for granted and having all these attachments to certain things and chaining yourself down to certain things that you should not be chaining yourself down to. So whatever the case is, whatever the case may be, get it in order this month, Capricorn. Like, really do, because there are some things from the past that you still may be holding on to, how they ended, how they went. And then you may be trying to fool someone, or someone may be trying to fool you into believing that it's all about them, when really you still kind of lingering or lurking into your past. So don't do that to that person. Don't do it to yourself. Make a decision. Now, you don't have to make the decision right now. You can weigh the pros and cons out right now, whatever is going on with your past, with your future. But you definitely don't need to be leading people on, whatever is going on. I really don't see a third party, so you might not be actively. This could just all be emotional, mental things that you holding on. But I feel that someone is starting to pick up on this, and you may be confronted about this. So, get it together. If this resonated with you guys, leave a comment. Leave a comment, share. I got a brain fart for some reason. Like, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. Like, I really, really do. And I inadvertently intercepted on the other air signs, which I'm finna go do them, because I was feeling y'all spirit this morning. I had some things to arise around that type of energy for me this morning, and I just needed to, like, look into what was going on with y'all. Love you much. I will talk to you guys again in the mid-months.